An investigation is underway in South El Monte, where a man was run over and killed while trying to stop a shoplifter.
Holy
It happened
shit.
in the parking lot of a strip mall at the intersection of Durfee Avenue and Rush
It would
Street.
be a strip
Rick
mall.
Chambers live from the scene tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Micah, that man who was killed is the store owner's brother. He was not working today. He was simply here helping out, just kind of hanging with the family. That's when he saw the thieves and he gave chase. Now we want to show some video that was shot here at the scene
you
a
should
little
be
bit
careful
earlier
when you do
today.
that.
We're out in front of what's called the Giant Discount Store. This is on Durfee Avenue here in South El Monte. It was just after noon. A couple of shoplifters went into the store, grabbed merchandise. Detectives tell us it was simply a
The sheriff's
$10
like, hey,
box
no,
of
you
COVID
cannot.
face masks. They took them and ran out of the store, and that's when
I mean, unfortunately, yeah, I'm guessing those are the family members or something, and they want to fucking see, but it's under investigation. They can't.
when Karusha Gobi, who goes by the name of Steve, he saw them do it and he ran after them. His family says that once he got outside, though, the thieves attacked him. They hit him in the head, knocked him to the
Investigators.
ground, and that's when the getaway car drove over him. Now, we've got some shots from Sky 5 we want to show you here to give you a better feel for what the scene looks like. You can see a tent or a canopy in the parking lot. Mr. Yagobi's body is
Yeah, usually whenever there's a tent or canopy, it doesn't look good.
still there, lying on the pavement right now. We're waiting for the coroner's office to arrive. Homicide detectives have been here out on the scene for a number of hours. I had a chance to speak with the lead detective and the victim's
This is
brother.
real life,
Take a
ladies
listen.
and gentlemen. Don't shield your
But
eyes,
we're
you
working
fucking
diligently
pussies.
to find that. We're canvassing the whole area.
Sorry.
A lot of the deputies you see behind me in the plain clothes are with our video canvas team.
I don't know. There's
And they're
just
working
way too many
diligently to
people who
find
want to
leads
shield
right now.
their eyes. Way too
I
much.
really don't know what to do anymore.
They know
because
exactly what the fuck
I
is
lost
happening.
my older
Yeah,
brother 4 years ago, and my mom is 94 years
Right.
old. She's still mourning for the first one. I am not sure how we're going to tell her this one. I'm sure she's going to die.
Again, we're back out here in South El Monte, a very active crime scene. Detectives are going door to door at this point. The victim's family tells us that Mr. Yagobi was 60 years old and lived in Norwalk. Of course, the search for his killers is well underway at this hour. In South El Monte, I'm Rick Chambers, guys. I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
Rick, thank you.
There you have it. Oh, but crime is going down day by day. Yeah, right. Fuck it. Don't know about that. I don't know about that one, lying fuckheads. Another dumb death over some petty bullshit. As life goes, you know. People love causing havoc, right? We'll watch that later. Foiled Trump assassin tried to buy rocket from Ukraine, targeted plane. Wait, what?
Ryan Wesley Ruth, the
This
man
guy
arrested
actually
for
did
trying
that?
to assassinate President Trump at his Mar-a-Lago golf course in
No
September,
way.
tried to buy a rocket launcher from a Ukrainian
A rocket
contact,
launcher.
with Trump's plane being his intended
Fucking
target,
guy.
according to a new DOJ filing.
Fucking
The court documents
God,
reveal
what?
Ruth sent a photo of Trump's plane to a Ukrainian associate and wrote in a message, "Trump's plane, he gets on and off daily." In messages sent just 1
Jesus.
month before his arrest at Mar-a-Lago, Ruth said, "Send me an RPG
What a
rocket-propelled
fucking
grenade or
madman.
Stinger, and I will see what we can do. Trump is not good for Ukraine."
Oh wow, he even knows what a Stinger is. Wow. Basically, Stingers are the rocket-guided rocket launchers that fucking track planes now, helicopters and shit. It's the COD, right? The Call of Duty shit.
Ukraine. Ruth allegedly asked the associate
actually
about
have
the
a stinger
price
in
of the
that game.
weapon and if it could
It's
be
actually the
shipped,
same
and
exact
said,
one. Maybe
I need
modeled a
equipment
little
so
bit
that
differently,
Trump
but it's the
cannot
exact
get
same one.
elected, according to prosecutors. He also said of the rocket, those items lost and destroyed daily, and one missing would not be noticed. The DOJ says Ruth also discussed the assassination attempt at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania, to which Ruth allegedly said, I wish, through an encrypted messaging app. In the DOJ's filing, prosecutors say attempting to purchase a destructive device to blow up President Trump's airplane lies squarely within the realm of an attempt on his life. And Ruth's statements about the purpose of the purchase, that he needs equipment so that Trump cannot get elected, drives home his intent.
Well, I mean, some of them have.
It's not clear by this DOJ filing who Ruth was sending messages to. The DOJ says Ruth was communicating with someone he believed to be a Ukrainian contact.
By the way, anytime you create a Molotov cocktail incendiary device, that's like 5 to 10 years right there. Maybe even more, depending on what kind of fucking shit you're gonna do with it.
Ruth was arrested September 15th after being...
Do you want to know why it's so easy to do that? Because all you have to do is do some very simple things, and it becomes a very deadly weapon.
...spotted with a rifle at Trump's Florida golf course. Trump was on the course at the time, a few hundred yards away, when a Secret Service agent spotted Ruth's rifle sticking out from a tree line. The DOJ filing also says Ruth planned to flee to Mexico after his planned assassination, saying he told another contact in Mexico he would be in the country after September 15th. The DOJ is asking the court to admit evidence that Ruth had stolen license plates and used several aliases. Ruth has pleaded not guilty and will be in court again April 15th. His trial expected to begin in September.
You saw me outside with a gun.
Thanks for watching our news update. For more stories that matter to you, download the SAN mobile app or find us online at san.com.
Log it out. What a madman.
Says Rob Durienzo.
Jailers accidentally released convicted killer. Oh well, that happens all the time, right?
Says Rob Durienzo is live at the Clayton County Jail tonight. Rob, how did this happen?
Yeah, guys, well, you mentioned it just a moment ago. This was some sort of paperwork error that let this convicted killer get off free. He was set to spend at least 3 decades behind bars in connection with his 2022 murder. But again, he is a free man tonight. The victim's family is now terrified.
Uh-oh.
It's scary to know that someone could just be released because of a mistake. And then we wait for 2 weeks. We don't alert anyone.
19-year-old Delilah Grayson's mom hasn't slept much since she found out a search is now underway for Kathan Guzman, her daughter's killer. Clayton County jailers accidentally let him go.
He strangled Delilah to death in their apartment. That morning because she was planning to leave him.
In October, a judge sentenced Guzman to 30 to life behind bars for felony murder. Delilah's mom, Christina Grayson, was there in court every step of the way.
The DA promised me that he would never get
Whoopsies.
out.
Now he's out.
They looked me in my face and they promised me that he would never get out. I had nothing to worry about, and he's out free.
District Attorney Tasha Mosley told Fox 5 on the phone, "We hope the sheriff's office catches him soon," adding, "We are sad and upset about this incident." The Clayton County Sheriff's Office didn't respond to our request for comment. We talked to the attorney listed for Guzman on court records on the phone, but she refused to say
There was a recent murder of it was like a wife or something. And she went to the correctional facility to, I guess, meet with her husband, who was a convicted felon who killed women. And well, when she got there, I guess she somehow died. Yeah, that's great.
he was, or if he planned to
I don't know
surrender.
why
We're
that
talking
happened.
about somebody that is trained in
This is some
MMA.
very strange things.
He is a trained killer with his hands, and he looks nice and friendly. No one is safe. The public is not safe.
I think we did, I think it
Now,
was like
Grayson tells us
yesterday
she
or the
was
day
told
before
that
that we
Guzman was
covered it.
released on March 27th, but that attorney we spoke with filed court paperwork on his behalf 5 days later. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the very latest details on it. For now, that is the latest from here live at the Clayton County Jail. Rob DiRienzo, Fox 5 News.
Wow, mistakes happen, but Rob, that is a big mistake. We'll see what happens. Also new.
Well, there you have it. Oh yeah, apparently there was some kind of UFO near California. I guess
Welcome back, and guess what? There is some brand new UAP.
Jesus, this is so stupid.
Video that just dropped, possibly shot from a Navy ship, once again off the coast of Southern California, which for some reason, has been this very, very weird hotspot.
Also, it's from NBC
unidentified
News,
flying
so,
objects.
yeah,
You don't
take
seem
it
to
with a
care
grain of salt.
that there are all kinds of Navy warships that are out there training. Now, quick refresh about why this area matters so much. 2004, we've all seen this video that was showing what was described by Navy pilots flying off the USS Nimitz as a white Tic Tac that was zooming around in ways and speeds they just could not explain. In 2019, sailors on the USS Russell, again off the coast of San Diego, seeing what they described in night vision goggles as upside down pyramids, and then brings us to today. This new infrared video just released by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell showing what he says was an incident on the USS Jackson. It's one of these littoral ships, one of the highest tech ships that we have in our arsenal. And according to Corbell, Navy sailors were actively tracking one of 4 unknown objects observed going in and out of the water. No heat plumes, no exhaust, nothing. And here is how one of the witnesses on board the ship described it.
Oh boy,
I go out to the bridge wing. I'm noticing things and lights on the horizon, and like city lights or any other ships that are out there. So seeing a light that is lifting up, you can see it. I know the difference between a light on the horizon coming up and a light coming out of the water. When you've been on the water more in your life than you haven't been, you know the difference.
Well, let's get into it with Jeremy Corbell, one of the hosts of Weaponize, the podcast. Welcome back with Jeremy. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm so glad
you gotta be good with your eyes if you're gonna be in the military.
So much more context. Like the videos, they're very important, and yet they don't show that much. So real fast, walk us through what this video shows, because if you look very closely, it looks like the targeting is trying to lock in, right?
That's right. So George Knapp and I, with our journalism, we always try to, if we obtain military filmed footage of UAP or UFOs, which this is, we try to get direct witness testimony to go with that. And in fact, these are senior ranking Navy officials. You know, they don't want to go by their full identity at this time, but they will at some point. They're in the Combat Information Center. They get this footage. It's FLIR, forward-looking infrared. So it's black and white.
Yeah,
what you're supposed to be seeing, we don't see. We don't see tails. We don't see thermal plumes. We don't see any signature of a normal aircraft. So that's what makes this case fascinating. We have both witnesses coming forward as well as the hardcore data and evidence.
You can also see that the scanner is pinging
what's
the object.
Thermal imaging and like, why do we see that tic-tac shape?
Sure. Yeah, so this is in black hot. It can switch between the two. But what's really important about this is that the high-ranking Navy officials said, we saw one of these come up out of the water. We then went to radar, and we saw 4 of them. We then took our thermal cameras, and we looked at one. And when you look at a plane, it looks like a plane. This doesn't look like a plane. In fact, it looks like the Tic Tac from 2004, where Commander David Fravor chased a UFO for the United States military. So look, it's tracked on radar, it's tracked on FLIR. We're lucky to have some of this footage that you're able to see now. But what you're not seeing, Gotti, is you're not seeing the typical signatures you'd see on an aircraft. There's a very unique propulsion system, it appears, from this footage. And again, people have come forward and risked to bring this footage to me and George Knapp. And as journalists, we have a duty to put it out after investigating.
Well, there you have it. Apparently, they gave it to the journalists. There you go. UAP. What was unidentified aerial? What was it? Unidentified aerial phenomena. There we go. I guess. Even though I don't know why they. I mean, I guess because the UFO name got too much heat. I mean, it is an object. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, sure, it's a phenomenon too, but I don't know. I don't know why they keep fucking changing names for some reason. It's fucking weird. No, there's no need for it. I guess they gotta revamp the image, right? Because UFO just sounds so bland now, I guess. I don't know. Trying to do some more marketing, huh? It's like, Jesus Christ, what do you do? Runs away from reporters.
Congresswoman Crockett, why are you running around with taxpayer-funded private security when you're the one who hit me first? Would you like to apologize for your actions, Congresswoman?
Congresswoman, do you suck dick for money? God damn.
No! 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 Proof of citizenship be required in order to vote in U.S. elections?
God, I'm gonna feel like a dick when I have to ask that question all the time.
You don't want to apologize, Congresswoman?
Do you suck dick for coke, Congresswoman? Oh, there was another Congresswoman. Do you get paid by Big Pharma, Congresswoman? Bitch face. John talks too. Let's see what we got. Here's market crash. Dow Jones sinks 1,700 points. 2 trillion, route worst since 2020. MSFT, yeah. Oh yeah, yesterday was the time to buy stuff. Because that's when everything was down. And then everything went back up today. Yeah. Everything went back up today. Yeah. Ooh, that money. All green now. Oh my god, it's all green! Post their biggest gain in post-World War II history. I heard of I don't know. Trump is looking on top to be. Trump tariffs paused as stock market soars.
Well, stocks soared on Wall Street today after President Trump paused big parts of his tariff plan.
The Dow rocketed nearly 3,000 points, and the Nasdaq jumped 12% after the announcement. China is still on the hook, and the U.S. is raising those tariffs on China. And overall, the president's pause does not mean the tariff threats are over. Fox's Connor Hansen has more.
After a week of market chaos, President Trump making a major announcement Wednesday, writing on Truth Social that he's raising tariffs on China to 125%. And for countries that have not retaliated, the president has authorized a 90-day pause and a lower 10% tariff, sending an up-and-down market surging for the moment.
I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate. A deal's going to be made with China. A deal's going to be made.
It's going to be made with China.
And there'll be fair deals. I just want fair.
Both China and the EU have retaliated with their own tariffs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says around 75 countries have reached out to negotiate.
Do not retaliate, and you will be rewarded.
It comes after a week of extreme uncertainty. Top business leaders have said the economy could be heading for a recession, and Democrats call tariffs a tax on the American people.
This will have
either take it down or reciprocal.
Paralyzing impact on the economy. And if you think that a company or a country is paying that tariff,
you got no balls.
You're being misled. It is the consumer that ends up paying the cost.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the administration is already holding meetings with Vietnam, a country the U.S. has one of the largest trade deficits with. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
There it is. She said the quiet part out loud.
Because any black person that knows their history should know that at some point in time in history, they looked at us and they acted as if we were less than. They acted as if we were some kind of aliens. They acted as if we had a higher proclivity to commit crimes. They acted as if we were incapable of learning. That's what they did to us. So who are we to sit and say that we're going to do that to somebody else? But if you don't know your history, you just may. So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now.
Oh shit, here we go.
Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
She basically tells everyone they're a cotton picker.
You're not. We done picking cotton.
That's racist.
I know, right? It was fucked up. Why would you say that? You fucking mint picker? God damn. So rude. So fucking rude.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hopefully it continues. I think it should.
Yeah, not gonna listen to that one. We have the full one. Sivaady.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
God
the American dream is never mentioned. It was mentioned for 4 years, and now it's being mentioned again, but it was never mentioned when we had Sleepy Joe in office. I used to have the hardest thing I had to do with Joe Biden is the nickname. Do I call him Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? Could we take a vote, please? Who wants to call him Crooked Joe? Who wants to call him Sleepy Joe? That's my problem. It's like the same. They both work. They both work beautifully. Joe had one ability that I didn't have. He said he was a good golfer. He's terrible.
No.
Did he really film Joe Biden do this?
Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you you don't have to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie, that he's a 6 handicap of all. Somebody said the only time I got angry during our debate when he said he was a 6 handicap. He's not a 6. He's not a 36, okay? But he had one ability that I don't have. He was able to go to a beach, bathing suit in tow, because it looked like it was actually falling off. But he'd go, had a hard time walking through the sand. The sand is heavy on your feet. Carrying one of those 6-ounce chairs that are made out of aluminum that if you weigh a little bit too much,
you forgot about his bike ride where he had a spill.
And he could
all of a
sit
sudden,
down
I don't even know what happened there.
With photographers on the beach. He's the president, so he had a minimum of photographers, but he still had photographers. And he could fall asleep. Who the hell could do that? Who could fall asleep? And he'd turn around and drool would be coming out. He didn't care. His wife didn't care. It's an ability that I could never fall asleep under those circumstances. I'd be very conscious of my body and what we look like.
She's just roasting the fuck out.
Then I'd say, darling, it's time to go. Let's get out of here. Well, wouldn't most people? I mean, this guy could go to the beach, and he was out in seconds.
I will say I have nothing to read out on the president's private exercise regime, but I can tell you, having traveled with him a fair amount, sometimes he's hard to keep up with.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on in the Middle East and around the world.
Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election.
I don't know about that.
The people that
one.
I've talked to and everybody that I have say he's as sharp as a tack. He's fine.
Does the president have the stamina, physically and mentally, do you think, to continue on even after 2024?
I could probably do a better job
he's
than
the president of the United States.
I'm not even fucking the age to be a fucking president.
We have a very bold and vibrant president in Joe Biden.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Bullshit.
I'm blowing my nose. I still have fucking dude. I've been having allergies for the last This has been like the second week going on. It sucks. I hate allergies. Always this season too. Always around this time, and I fucking hate it. Fuck you, flowers. I want to burn it all to the ground. Fucking pollen bullshit. What do we got? It's just spraying people with fucking...
Anyways, look at this
Anyways.
Let the lot books do your job. The content can be customized to your design. Someone says the installation is complicated. Well, it was a lie, because LC size ships worldwide and the installation is very easy. Can you believe that?
Anyways. Oh yeah, well, Vitaly got, apparently, Vitaly was on news, so we'll check that out. Check that out later. Let's try to get all the, like, US news and stuff and memes. Run! runs away from a reporter when he asks about Tesla.
Senator, what's your opinion of the against Tesla, their products? What are your thoughts on that? Do you denounce the against
I forgot to put
Tesla products and dealerships and cars in the streets?
I can't talk about Tesla, but Elon Musk is a disaster for America. And America knows it. Look at Wisconsin.
What?
Thank you, Senator.
Oh, it's there we go. Well, there you have it. Apparently, they want to destroy the only American-made car, Tesla, which doesn't make any fucking sense. At least I'm pretty sure most of Tesla is American made. Oh, it's 100% American made. There you go. 69 of their parts by value originate from US or Canada. Oh, okay, so Western countries. So yeah, there you go. Yep. Sounds about right. So there you have it. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to do that. While the other cars like Mazda, right, Honda, and Hyundai, and Toyota. Right, most of those guys are fucking overseas guys. And they made facilities over here. Sorry, my fucking allergies are acting up. Cruel, the Mexican crime lord, was deported by Trump. We'll do this later too, because that's that has nothing to do with news. This is memes. Here we go.
So look, you can't undo the damage. The Trump slump is upon us now.
I don't know.
And whatever he will try to do in the future does not undo the damage.
Someone's going down.
Yeah, I know. He did some damage, all right.
Whoopsie daisy!
I'm just gonna put that up for now until my nose calms down.
Maritime dominance.
Oh, oops.
We have a big job to do. No other president.
We'll watch this soon.
A U.S. judge has ordered President Donald Trump's White House to lift access restrictions imposed on the Associated Press over the news agency's decision to continue to refer to the Gulf of Mexico in its coverage. The ruling by Trump appointee, U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden, restores AP access to the Oval Office, Air Force One, and events held at the White House while the AP's lawsuit moves forward. The AP sued 3 senior Trump aides in February, alleging the restrictions were an attempt to coerce the press into using the administration's preferred language. Lawyers for the Trump administration have argued the AP does not have a right to what the White House has called special access to the president. McFadden said his ruling will not go into effect until Sunday, to give the Trump administration time to appeal his decision. The judge is expected to issue a final ruling in coming months. That ruling could also be subject to appeal.
Get fucked, AP News. You suck. Special report. Market surge after Trump tariff. Oh, this is just them talking about it. I don't care about NBC News. Fuck you. Trump halts tariffs on... Oh yeah, NBC News is basically like CNN. I think... Yeah, they're owned by CNN, right? CNN is owned by NBC. Oh, Warner Bros. There we go. Who owns NBC? Oh, Universal. Okay, never mind. Oh. Did CNN got... Did they trade? That could have been... I don't remember. Who cares? They're a fucking media outlet. Shady as fuck. They act like NBC. And MSNBC. They're very democratic, very, very liberal, very heavy left-wing, right?
Hours after President Trump's sweeping reciprocal tariffs went into effect, the president announced on social media a 90-day pause for trade partners except China. Stocks surged with the news even as the president hiked tariffs on Chinese imports, pushing them to 125% after Beijing raised its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%. The president said he authorized the pause and moved tariffs back to an across-the-board 10%, after hearing from more than 75 countries who want to negotiate trade deals.
I've just been overwhelmed by the response from mostly our allies who want to come and negotiate in good faith.
The White House says the president's reversal today was not influenced by the stock market's volatility, saying dozens of countries are now pushing for new trade negotiations, which was the president's strategy all along.
With tariffs on and then off and then maybe on again, some industries and customers aren't sure what's next. Last week, President Trump posted 25% tariffs on imported cars, and today the president dropped new tariff rates to 10% for 90 days, as we just told you. So what does that mean for people considering a major purchase, say like a car? Over at Hyundai of Milledgeville, sales manager Sean O'Reilly says their manufacturer hasn't announced any price increases. So things are operating.
I'm sorry.
We're competitive now throughout the marketplace. If the prices increase, they're probably going to increase across the board for all manufacturers, and therefore it's still going to be very competitive.
All countries except for China are included in President Trump's new tariff pause today. China's tariff rate jumped 125% today, meaning that the tax on goods and products imported from China will more than double.
All right, there we go.